Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to go to black-cat-comics.com and pick up something fun to read. This week is the 5th Wednesday of the month, which always makes for kind of a small week and some odds and ends books, but there's always great things to talk about and fun books to read. Gotta start with my favorite guy of all time. This is the United States of Captain America #1. Been a lot of buzz about the multitude of Captain Americas since Falcon and Winter Soldier. First of all, check out this awesome wraparound cover. Who doesn't love wraparound covers with all your favorite Captain Americas? Steve and Sam and Bucky and, well, I don't really count U.S. Agent, but you can if you want to. Anyway, United States of Captain America #1. Just a mini-series, just an awesome homage to all things Cap. All things my favorite Marvel superhero. Very excited about that. Speaking of Captain America, watch him take on Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, in the 2nd issue of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Another guy that's getting a lot of attention these days, and he deserves it because he's been out of the limelight for a little while. Grab the 1st issue if you missed it and pick up this week's #2. Amazing Spider-Man, giant-size Amazing Spider-Man, The Chameleon Conspiracy, goes along with your main core Amazing Spider-Man title. This one wraps up the storyline that's been going on with that. Everybody knows the Chameleon is the Amazing Spider-Man's very first villain, so it's cool to see him again back in the limelight. Been talking up this title like crazy. Spencer's going to be wrapping up his arc pretty soon, so if you haven't taken my word for it yet, grab, I don't know, all 10 trade paperbacks, or just pick up this week's giant size and see what you've been missing, because it's awesome. Another book I've been talking up all the time, this is your latest issue of Daredevil. Love Daredevil, been loving this book for a long, long time. Feels like all my life, really. Marvel's had some of their top talent on this book forever. Another book, like I said, I've been pushing you guys. This is your new jumping point. This is the first part of the next arc. So again, if you haven't taken my word for it, pick up this week's Daredevil because it's one of the best books in comics, one of the best books Marvel does. Black Widow, another book that's got a lot of attention, another character that's been getting a lot of notice lately. And this book's been awesome, been selling out and going to reprint each and every issue. So if you're not reading Black Widow, you're missing out on something awesome. Cable, which we haven't seen in a while, and X Factor are your 2 X books of the week. Cable's not a gala book, but X Factor is. Always pushing you guys to find an X book. And X Factor is one of the ones everybody's into. X-Men, X Factor, X-Force, all this X fun is good stuff. The Eternals, another big Marvel movie franchise that everybody's waiting for. Another book we haven't seen for a little bit, so it's good to get a new issue back. The Marvels, which you don't need to know any more than it's got an Alex Ross cover, so that already took your $5. Star Wars Dr. Aphra is your War of the Bounty Hunters book. Been talking up all this War of the Bounty Hunters stuff and everything Star Wars, like Star Wars The High Republic. This book has been on fire. This is, again, not part of War of the Bounty Hunters like everything else is, so if you want to check out a Star Wars book that's not part of the big event, jump into this one. But honestly, you do want to check out the Star Wars books that are part of the big event, so grab this week's Dr. Aphra, grab everything that says War of the Bounty Hunters on it, because it's awesome. Very, very small week for DC Comics. Like I said, it's the 5th Wednesday, so they don't have a whole lot on their shipping schedule, but you cannot miss Green Arrow's 80th anniversary special. Yes, it's been 80 years since the first appearance of Ollie Queen, one of my favorite DC guys. And this is, again, one of those big anniversary issues like the Batman and Superman and Catwoman ones that are packed with short stories by some of the top talent in comics. You can read more about this one in the newsletter. Lots of covers, one for every decade, like DC loves to do with these anniversary specials. I love these big giant-sized one-shots. I love anthologies. Again, there's a ton of great stories in here. The Mike Grell story is one you can't live without. The last story in here is one you can't live without. Really, really enjoyed reading that comic. So even at the outrageous $10 cover price, make sure that makes it into your stack this week. Infinite Frontier Secret Files is your behind-the-scenes look at DC's new big event that's rolling out. #1 came last week. 0 was a little while ago. This is like I say, just sort of more your informational thing about all the characters and events going on in the main book. So if you're digging Infinite Frontier, if you're a big DC reader, like I know you are, you want to make sure you grab that one. Catwoman gets an annual this week, much like those big anniversary one-shots. I love annuals. I love these chunky, self-contained one-shots. And Teen Titans Academy also gets a big chunky annual #1 for 2021. You got your regular issue last week and an annual this week, so if you're not following the latest Teen Titans thing, there's a couple books you can check out. Big week for all the other guys. Parasomnia is your Dark Horse book of the week. Love showing you guys that Dark Horse has all their own creator-owned stuff, a lot more than just the licensed property stuff. Always saying everybody should have a Dark Horse book on their list. Here's a cool first issue for you to check out. Great week for the Image guys with books like Monstrous. We talk up Monstrous all the time. Always telling you guys that this book's won like 83 Eisner Awards. So if you don't know about Monstrous, grab this week's latest issue and just jump right in. Grab that $1 reprint of the first couple issues. Grab the first trade paperback. Whatever you got to do to get more Monstrous in your life, because that book is one of the best. Department of Truth. It's one of the newer books that we love, love, love around here. If you watch Comic Shop Talk Live every Saturday, you know we talk us up some Department of Truth, along with Crossover and Two Moons. Two Moons is a book we talk up all the time as well, because the art is amazing, because I love those dark, pulpy westerns. On and on I could go. Like Dark Horse, everybody should have an Image book on their list, and this is a great week to discover a new one. Vampirella is your Dynamite book of the week, because there's nothing more classic in comics than Vampirella, except for maybe Godzilla. Godzilla is your giant IDW book of the week, because ever since the dawn of time, everybody's been liking watching giant lizards smash stuff. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Tea Time, is your Boom Studios Whedonverse book of the week. We love us some Buffy the Vampire Slayer around here. And Blade Runner 2029 is your Titan book of the week. Love me some Blade Runner. This series has been so great. So cool seeing new stories in that classic sci-fi world that we all love. Pick up Blade Runner 2019, pick up Blade Runner 2029, pick up the Origins. If you love the movie like everybody does, if you love cool sci-fi comics like everybody does, you definitely need to be reading some Blade Runner. And it's a good week for the all ages stuff too. We don't get a lot of big weeks for the all ages books too often anymore, but Marvel Action Spider-Man is always fun. Been talking up the marriage of Marvel and IDW for their all ages line, and they give us Marvel Action Spider-Man, Marvel Action Captain America, Marvel Action Captain Marvel, Marvel Action, all kinds of stuff, and they give us Star Wars Adventures. This is the Weapon of a Jedi #2. 2 of 2, so grab #1 and grab this week's #2, and you got the whole series, because everybody loves reading about some Luke Skywalker. And The Mighty Crusaders, The Shield, is your Archie book of the week. Awesome to see Archie's superheroes back in action. Maybe you didn't even know that Archie had a superhero line. You know, I'm always talking up everything Archie, some pun intended. And you can grab this week's The Shield from the Mighty Crusaders and see what that's all about. Like I say, it's a fifth Wednesday, pretty small week, but lots and lots of great books to check out. And if that's not enough for you, midnight tonight, the big launch of Black Cat Chronicles #2, Alaska's Port Chatham. Midnight tonight, go to Kickstarter.com, search for Black Cat Publishing, and get on board with Black Cat Chronicles 2nd issue, because it's awesome. If you've missed the first one, go to black-cat-comics.com, pick up Black Cat Chronicles #1, Greyfire Cemetery, go to black-cat-publishing.com and check all that out too. And if that's not enough comics for you, come back to the website this weekend, July 3rd, July 4th, all weekend long. Got a big sales section, 25% off a whole bunch of back issues. That's our especially cool flyer that you've probably got in your bag or in your shipment in the last few weeks. Go to black-cat-comics.com, July 3rd, July 4th. Take advantage of 25% off a massive stash of back issues. Great stuff, variants, all kinds of fun things in there. So get up on that. That's all we got for you for this week. Tune in Saturday for Comic Shop Talk Live, and we'll talk all about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.